Good morning, y'all. This is the day that the Lord has made. We can choose to rejoice and be glad in it. Save the Lord. He's our refuge, our fortress, and our strength. Thanks for joining the live. Thank you for joining the live. My name is Montina. I did see earlier someone said, "Where are you from?" I'm originally from the north in the United States. I'm from Ohio, rep my city. And I have created this daily inspirational call for women that want to get and stay married, for women that want to attract the love they desire and deserve, for women that are just like, man, I might be going through some challenges, might be. And I just want another place to interact with women in the morning. Y'all want to come hang out with me while you're making your coffee, while you're getting the kids to work. I know a lot of you all are taking the kids to work. I have grandkids now, so I feel you. But I just wanted this to be something for you. I go to Pilates in the morning. I'm literally home right from Pilates, send out a couple text messages, put this information out. So I don't have TikTok or Facebook, so I probably could push out the reach even more. But I just did this because everyone talks about how hard marriage is. Everybody, oh my God, marriage is so hard. It's so much work. And we get that. We get that it's so much work. But like at the end of the day, how much work is it? And when do we really get to a point where it's like, okay, we know it's hard, but what else? Tell me something else. I'm tired of hearing that. And that's where I just came to the point of, okay, I want it very practical. Oh, okay, I need to go to the gym a little more. Okay. I need to talk a little softer, be a little nicer. You need a word of encouragement. Just get in the gym. Your husband likes you sexy, sexy. He likes your curves or whatever the case may be. That's why I made it practical. So that's why I'm here. I want your marriage to work. I'm one of the few in the world that's like, okay, sis, there's no adultery, no abuse, no addiction. Just figure it out. He's just annoying. Men, oh, pause. I think that's for them. I don't even think it's for us, but we take it for us. So that's why I created this call. You'll hear me say things because I'm a very factual person and I'm a feeler, but I just think in terms of if 50% of marriages are failing, how can we make sure that the other 50% are successful? If 67% of second marriages fail, how can we then ensure that the other 33% are going to be successful, right? Or 73% of third marriages fail, literally fail. Well, how can we go in and say, well, at least 27% they can be successful and increase the odds of success? So that's why I'm here. Yeah, 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 yeah. We have support groups for everything else. And then you get to marriage and people are like, I just want to pray for you. I can pray for myself. I don't need you to pray for me. And that's why we're here. So what I do is I have an agenda that I follow. I try to make this as practical as possible. There is power when we have the word of God. There's power when we read the books. Y'all, some people just so super duper duper deep all the time, and I'm sick of it. There is purpose for marriage, but when we get married, we're not told about the exact purpose. The purpose is to make you the best version of yourself. You need to grow in your marriage. Your husband, yes, he needs to grow, but this focus is on you. We look at him, but it's 100. It's on us. Don't compare yourself or your marriage to anyone else. Comparison is the thief of joy. And how do we make it practical? So I do like to do a quick devotion. And she's talking about overcoming passivity in Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So with this said, she really didn't give scripture with this one, but she was talking about some of the problems she had with passivity. And it's funny because when you see what I wrote down for our practical side, I write it out before I read the devotion. And I was like, oh, okay. She said that they had problems with passivity. There were certain things he was active in. He went to work every day, played golf on Saturday, watched football, but beyond that, it was hard to motivate him to do anything else. If she needed something done around the house, it might take him 3 to 4 weeks to get it done. This caused great friction between her and her husband. She said, it seemed to me he did what he wanted to do. Beyond that, he did nothing. Dave loved the Lord and sought him about the problem, but God directed him to some information about passivity and its dangers. He found that evil spirits were behind his non action. There were certain areas in which he had no problems because he had maintained his will in those areas. But in other areas, he basically, through non activity, gave his will over to the enemy. He was oppressed in those areas with no motivation. And study of the word of God and prayer were two areas where he was actually passive. So think Joyce and Dave Meyer. Joyce says she was too aggressive, and I can believe that. Always running out ahead of God in the flesh, always running ahead of Dave, doing his own thing, and expecting God to bless it. Dave did not do much of anything except wait on God, which irritated her. And she said they laugh now about it. And Dave would tell her she was out ahead of God, and she'd respond and say he was 10 miles behind God and too aggressive. She was too aggressive. He was too passive. She said, but when a believer is inactive in any area where he has capability and talent, that particular area begins to atrophy or become immobilized. It just becomes stagnant. So the best example is physical exercise. The longer you do nothing, the less you want to do anything. And the reason I said, wow, that really related to what I was going to talk about is in our marriage. You can't be at war in your home. There is too much going on outside in this world right now. The political landscape, just the state of the world, the state of our local economics, our state of our local politics, just our state of people are overwhelmed, they are overworked, they are tired, they're irritable, they're frustrated. We're coming out of a pandemic. Just even now, people just still seem like they're living on edge. Sis, you cannot be at war in your home. So today, we're going to talk about that. And that's our practical side. Excuse me, I still battle a little bit of my cough. It's going away. I put here, you can't stay mad and stay married. And that's Judge Toller. Now, I specifically talk about therapy. And here's why. Therapy takes what hurts and helps you heal from it. There are things that I'm going through sometimes. Like yesterday, my oldest daughter and I were talking. There's some things I've gone through in the last month. And she's like, Mom, you were going through all of that? I didn't go super duper deep, very surface level. And I was like, yeah, but one had, and I'm just having three here. Something to do with my birth mother. I've never met my birth mother. I'm 47 years old. Woo, 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 had a birthday. Never met her. She walked away when I was 18 months old, and some things are resurfacing, and it's just some chaos, right? Second thing is I'm going through some things with one of my adult children, my son, and it's like, ugh, it's just some things that are very challenged in the relationship right now. And we get through it. And the third thing is an uncle. And I'm going to share this story with you because it's pretty humorous. So I want to share these because you can't be at war, but therapy helps you reset, rethink, restate, recharge, restart, redo. And this is relevant for our marriages. My uncle, I called him one day and we talked, here and there. This is my uncle, my mother's brother, my mom's side. And he had mentioned that my uncle on my dad's side had passed. And I was like, well, I just talked to him earlier. Like, that'd be impossible. It may be possible. So then I called him back maybe, and I check on him like every once a month. And he picked up the phone after I called several times. He's got in a facility in assisted living. So I said, hey, how you doing? He said something, and I said, what did you say? Because I didn't understand him. He said, what do you want? And I was like, what do I want? Why are you talking to me like that? And he said, what do you want? What do you want? Why are you calling me? And I'm thinking, like, what is going on? So he hung up on me. What? So I called again. I think I called the front desk, said, hey, is everything okay? Has he been acting kind of ornery? What's going on? I called him again. He said, I told you not to call me. And I mean, Scram was like, what? And, I'm really confused. Now, y'all, one thing about me, I'm really silly. So I was like, okay, we joking here. Is this for real? Third time, he was going to get a piece of me. Like for real, for real. Not the real nice piece of me. I was about to tell him about it. I said, you a grown ass man. Hung up the phone. So, okay. I was telling my therapist the story. And this is why I recommend therapy. And I'll bring it back to our marriages. But I was telling him about it. And I said, do you think I should call back? He said, yeah, I think he was just having a moment. He's gone through some things and, some other things are sitting in. He's in his 60s. So I called back yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday. Hey, Uncle, da 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 da. And he paused. I didn't hear nothing. I said, hey, Uncle, da 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 da. I said, what did you eat today? And he paused. No, I said, did you eat today? Have lunch already today? He said, yeah, I had 2 meals. He paused them. And then I said, well, what'd you eat? And I said, do you know what today is? And he said, it's Monday. I said, no, it's not Monday. And at the time of this video recording, it's Thursday, but it was Wednesday. I said, but do you know what today is? No, it's not Monday. He said, it's Tuesday. I said, no, it's not Tuesday. And this is how we're having the conversation. I said, no. He said, is it March? Is it April? So now I'm like, okay, he gets it. I said, no, it's my birthday. No, no. He said, it's your birthday. I said, yeah, it's my birthday. And you know what? I told him, I said, and you can't be mean to me on my birthday. Why am I telling you this story? Because we got to find the humor in our marriage. You know how it's funny, Kevin Samuel used to say, winter is coming. Let me read you something from the Four Seasons. And sis, I love you, but I see y'all with your marriages. I listen to you, and I want you to have an eternal summer in your marriage. Winter marriages are characterized by coldness, harshness, and bitterness. The dreams of spring are covered with layers of ice, and the weather forecast calls for more freezing rain. If the husband and wife have a conversation, it's merely about logistics: who will do what and when. If they try to talk about their relationship, it typically ends in an argument that goes unresolved. Some couples simply live in silence, cold silence. Essentially, they lead independent lives through, though they live in the same house, they're roommates. Each spouse blames the other for the coldness of the relationship. What brings a couple to the winter season of marriage? In a word, rigidity. Rigidity. The unwillingness to consider the other person's perspective and to work towards a meaningful compromise. All couples face difficulties, and all couples have differences. These differences may center on money, religion, or any other areas of life. Couples who fail to negotiate these differences will find themselves in the middle of winter, a season of marriage created not by the difficulties of life, but by the manner in which a couple responds to the difficulties. When one or both marriage partners insist on my way or not at all, they are moving their marriage towards winter. Winter may last a month or it may last 30 years. It may begin 3 months after the wedding or hit in the midlife years. It may focus on one problem or encompass all of life. Each season of marriage is accompanied by certain emotions, attitude, and actions. Okay, the interaction of these three factors, emotions, attitudes, actions, determines whether a couple will stay in a season or move from one season to another. Some of the emotions of winter are hurt, anger, disappointment, often accompanied by loneliness and a sense of rejection. What I want you to do is get this book and understand the four seasons of marriage. Building Secrets to a Lasting Marriage. We can't win if we don't know how to play the game with the rules of the game. Okay? Montina, you call a marriage a game? Yes, a game of life. Call it what you want. You cannot stay mad and stay married. Can't be at war in your home. Can't walk past each other and be passive aggressive and walk past each other and not speak. I was hurt by my uncle. I was like, what in the world? But I had to exercise some humor. As I'm getting older, I have to exercise a lot of humor and emotional maturity in my marriage. Because I think that sometimes, again, if you have an older husband, menopause, remember their testosterone's going down, their estrogen's going up, your testosterone is going up, your estrogen is actually going down. If you're younger in your marriage, you gotta get this stuff while you're young. You all know I talk about Chicago stepping. I Chicago step. I went yesterday. Y'all gonna see me. Well, I'm gonna be doing some First Friday dances, and there's a special dance I want to do for my birthday. It's gonna be hundreds of people there. But one of the things I like about my instructor is she gives us steps, basics. These are the basic steps. You got to know the basics. Once we master the basics, there's beginners, there's advanced. But once we get into the advanced, now she actually added like two more sides to this. Life is evolving, but your marriage is evolving. So I just want y'all to know that you have to have humor. Even if you have to pick a day, like I said, you can't be mad on it's Sunday. Can't be mad on Sunday. Just humor. Humor him. Radical acceptance. Your self-care has to be a priority. I'm going to get my hair done today. Thursday is my hair day. And people are like, you get your hair done every I need it. It's my spiritual, emotional, physical, mental. I need it. I don't know what you need. I don't even know where your finances are right now. Find something. Even if it's your just recharge. Sometimes I just go sit in the park. Sometimes you just need to go sit in the park and just, there's a worship song I'll put on, I'll cry, and I just release because I'm so joyful and so appreciative. I'm so grateful that I'm here today. Okay, for whatever the joy is in your life. Pray before you say. Don't walk around being passive aggressive. It means if you're stonewalling, you're not speaking in your home. That's mean. That's very mean. And I've been a mean girl. My husband's been a mean guy. I've been around mean people. I've mean relatives like that, but it's mean. Now there may be reason that you have to pause on certain relationships. I've had to do that. But just like we in the same house and we just not speaking to each other, that's not normal. It's not normal. So reframe, rethink, restate, redo, reset, restart, recharge, get a therapist, invest in some therapy. It's important. Okay. All right. So with that said, That's our practical side. You can't be at war and be married. Make sure you have some hobbies. You need things to do. Find you something to do. You cannot sit in that house all the time, single or not, up under him all the time. You have nothing to do. Go figure out how to sew. And if you in Atlanta, we got plenty to do. All right. You need a sister circle. Unicorns and rainbows. Y'all need to be talking about unicorns and rainbows. Girl, what perfumes do you buy? Where do you go? Oh, I like your nail polish. Put on the whole armor, Ephesians 6:11. Insist no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The joy of the Lord is your strength. We're going to talk about the seasons of marriage because I want us to have eternal summers. But if you don't know what that looks like, how can you achieve it? Right? You don't know what it looks like. How can you achieve it? So with that said, let me come here in the chat and talk to y'all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, and come to Cancun, Travel Joy. Come to Cancun. November 14th through the 18th. It's $100 deposit. I think the whole trip's like $700. Room with somebody. I'm rooming with somebody. You can't. Don't isolate yourself. We women. And then your flight you pay for, but everything at the resort is inclusive. I've been there before. I'm not making no money off this. Another thing I need to say, I don't do this. I don't make no money from this. I don't ever want this to turn into a money maker. I do run a Happy Wife projects like $20 a month, but because I share private things in that group. This is for fun for me, but it's a ministry. Because y'all, who's out there encouraging us to stay married? I'm in a third marriage now. I'm here because I needed to be. And I love my husband, but when we were in the valley, there was only one person that encouraged me to stay. One. Me. And I'm sure there probably, and I heard him on the phone with somebody that was talking about me. I heard him because, he had it on speakerphone. We went through, we was in the, whew, we was down way deep in the canyon, Grand Canyon, and I've been there. I just want to keep you encouraged. Again, no abuse. Okay. Y'all know, get a therapist. Some stuff you're dealing with, you just need to just zipit.com. Some of y'all need to lose some weight. Some of y'all need to make sure your hygiene and etiquette is in order. Some of y'all need a stylist. Some of y'all need to put on a little bit of lipstick. Some of y'all need to just prioritize your well-being, but you're depressed. And when you're depressed, you can't prioritize your well-being. You don't feel good. And then you don't look good and your confidence is low. That's why y'all need sister girls like me in your life. One of my girlfriends and I, we hang out. Oh my gosh, she cute. I'm cute. We go places. We went one day. My husband forgot his wallet. Now this is kind of the aftermath, y'all. And I had to go take it with him, and my girlfriend and I were going out, just to hang out and have girlfriend time. I called her. She was like, "Let's go." So we went, and he didn't answer his phone, and he was at a cigar bar. So I looked at her. I said, we about to go." She looked at me. We about to go in? She, I have a Tesla. Normally she can't get out the Tesla, but I guess I got out so fast. She got out that Tesla, and we walked in, and you should have just seen everybody staring at us. It was hilarious. But she was like, "Girl, your confidence." I was like, "That's my husband. That's my man." I walked in there. There was women in there. And he introduced me to everybody in there. And I introduced my girlfriend too. Y'all, your confidence should be up here. Especially if you hanging out with me. Oh, y'all, let me get off of here. Because I'm gonna have y'all being, listen, you're gonna be too much. Their husband gonna be like, "Girl." And if you come stepping with me, my step instructor, she walked yesterday. I was like, she said, "Oh, this is just how I walk." I'm telling you, when you get around women, when they poised and posture and feminine and sensual and sexy, you show up different. Sometimes you got to almost tone it down because even I'm telling you, women look at you, men look at you just like, wow, you mesmerize them. Okay, let me get off here. Because I'm telling y'all mess around with me. Baby, you will be running around here like, what? Your husband will be like, "Where are you going, baby?" And you were like, "Oh, I'm just taking care of some business." I'm telling you, treat that man like you treated him before you married him. Listen, when I tell people when they talk, "Oh, your ring is nice," I'd be like, I had to earn my ring. And I did. When you keep that in your marriage, keep that. And I know y'all, I've been married a long time. And you either you want to stay in it or you want to come over here on the other side and compete with me in the third marriage. Because I tell women now, some of y'all in first marriages, oh, you don't want to come out here. The competition you dealing with, because there's some women that are like, "Oh, I understand the assignment. I want a husband. I desire a husband. And you know what? Oh, yeah, I know what to do to keep this husband." So, anyways, Y'all keep your husbands because you're not going to be at war in your house. It needs to be a safe space, a safe place, a peaceful place. You better be humorous in that home. Make them laugh, you laugh, and just keep it moving. So, anyways, I'm signing out, y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me. Let me read comments real quick. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. The joy of the Lord is your strength, sis. You got this. I promise you, you do. All right. Yeah, Paul, you are awesome. I appreciate you, sis. She actually lives in my city, y'all. Rep my city. Hey, Jasmine. Good morning. Hey, Lexi. Hey, Cena. Hey, Hope. Hello, hello, hello. It is 7:30. Well, it's almost 8 a.m. Eastern. I'm on the East Coast. Hey, Clashawn. Shawnee Mack and I have been friends since we were 12. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yep, I agree with you, Julio or Julio. Everything is not beautiful. That's why you better laugh and smile and pray before you say. Thank you for putting the tips in your paw. Hey, Candace. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I said hello to everyone in Glendora. Hey, Chanel. And everyone that joins with the replay. Hello and good morning to y'all too. All right. We went over a little bit. Thank y'all for joining. Let me run here. I actually have another meeting at 8:30 Eastern. So thank y'all. Have a wonderful day. And I'm here for you. Let's keep it fun and keep it sexy and send a little sexy note to your husband today. All right. You got this, sis. Bye.